Kombat Kast starts now.
All right, and welcome to the new Kombat Kast. We're so excited to be back. I know it's been a while. Been very busy getting some trailers out there. We've been at Evo, which we'll talk about in a little bit. There it is. Yep.
I was waiting for it.
Kombat Kast, Kombat Kast. There it is.
Very excited.
Wow. Okay.
So here's the deal. We're going to introduce ourselves. I am Tyler Lansdowne, one of the community managers here at NetherRealm Studios.
I am Derek Kurtzik, one of the designers here at NetherRealm Studios.
Hi, I'm Tiago, and I am a art development director, also here at NetherRealm Studios.
There we go.
Weird.
Oh,
we all work together.
What are the chances?
So today we're going to talk with Tiago in a little bit about sort of creating stages and how that whole system works. And then after that, Stephanie's going to come by and we're going to run through some characters with you. We have Garrus today, Ashra, and Smoke.
Oh.
So we're going to do a character breakdown of all three of those characters. And at the end of the stream today, we're going to have a fight that QA put together, which again, like they did last time, is awesome, with Lee May and I believe Smoke.
What about
a fun little fatal ending, I would say.
what about the belt battle?
It's coming back.
It's coming back?
Not today.
Oh, I have something for that.
Go ahead.
He's scared, folks. He's scared.
Very scared of the belt battle. Hope to have one of those coming for you really soon. Other than that, so that's well, we got new collectibles, by the way.
Oh.
New collectibles from Sideshow and Iron Studios.
Nice.
Classic Sub and Scorpion.
That's Scorpion, and that's Sub-Zero.
That is correct. That is why you're the art development director. Is that what it is?
Hey,
Yeah.
nice to meet you all. Thanks. Thanks for having me.
First thing down, he knows some of the characters in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. Very important.
Yeah.
So before we start, if you weren't watching during the Evo broadcast from the finals, we did show a new trailer.
Oh, and it's a good one.
And it got... first of all, thank you so much for all the kind comments about it. The
We
team,
did?
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah. It's kind of
Well,
it was kind of a
what?
thing.
You know
It's
what?
kind of a thing.
You know, let's take a look at it right now.
What?
Let's do it.
Again?
Earthrealmers aren't ready to see the real me.
So how does it work? You just shape-shift into anything you want?
I can shift only between this and my natural form.
Whoa.
That I could take human form made me a freak among my people. I was terrorized. Run out. You misread my intentions, Princess.
I am Ashra, demon of the Netherrealm. I appear nearly human because I've purged most evil from my soul. My sister demons were furious at my change of heart.
Astra and Syzos, come. The monks must prepare you for war.
You will accept chaos, by choice or by force.
Killing one realm to free another is a heinous proposition. One I won't let you fulfill.
They're out for you too, Syzoth.
To catch me, they must see me.
Damn.
Seek your chaos elsewhere.
There we are. The Banished, new trailer. Showed it at Evo. Thank you again, like I was saying earlier, for all the amazingly kind comments about it. Awesome. Just like the team. I mean, obviously, you see a trailer like that, there is just all hands are in that somewhere, and it's just a beautiful trailer. People thought maybe it was just going to be Reptile. With a little bit more.
Yeah, no, it really is showing off the 3D era characters, and we're bringing them back. We've listened. We're excited to like put a new spin on some of these characters that people haven't seen for 16 years or so, right? And to give them new life and new personalities, and to make Reptile probably the coolest he's been in quite some time.
And the cutest.
And the cutest.
Let us go one by one. We'll start with you, Tiago. About
Yeah.
what was your what stood out to you about the trailer? What part
So
made you excited?
there's really two things. I'm gonna pick one, but like
You can do two. You're our
can
guest.
do two.
You're our
I'm gonna
guest.
do two. Okay,
Thanks,
first,
cheers.
Guests are allowed to.
I'm like an old school Reptile guy. I love Reptile, so just seeing him again and seeing the fan reaction to him has been incredible. So that's awesome. But also seeing the corrupted living forest.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah,
we
yeah,
see a spooky living forest, not
Right.
the really nice, cute one.
People were
we saw
wondering
before.
if there's some of the dark stages will be
Right.
returning,
There
and the
it
Banished
is.
trailer
Starts
told-
with a banger of a dark
It
one.
starts with a really dark
Yeah,
one.
there's like, I think, flesh and body parts and
I
I don't know
know.
what's going on there.
I'm not ready to talk about
Okay,
that one
okay,
yet.
okay,
You know,
okay.
we'll just
So
have
don't
to
worry.
wonder what that one
They're
is.
Okay.
They're there. They are there.
Okay.
Mr. Kurtzik.
Yeah. For me, it was Havoc punching the opponent during the fatal blow so much that he breaks his own hands off and then stabs them in the head with the bones. I think it's awesome. I love it.
Awesome. Mine would be the Reptile, the death roll.
Oh yeah.
Just a plop, 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 plop. I love that. It's brutal and just it's super imaginative coming from a
Yeah.
reptile like that. Like
Absolutely.
we all know what that death roll is.
We've
hitting
all
you
been
with
there.
that. I was hitting you with that yesterday.
You were hitting me with that yesterday. I do remember that. Well, that's great.
See? Tyler, salty about losing.
I don't know.
Salty.
Yeah.
You lost too, though.
I did. Hey, you know, it was about the fun we had.
It was, and that's what it's all about. So let's talk real quickly. Tell us your job. What do you do?
Well, he
here?
told us his job. He
So
started with that.
I'll get into it. So I'm an art development director, which means that I help the development of characters and environments. So I work with our extremely talented in-house art team and our external partners.
Who do amazing work.
Incredible work. All the credit goes to them. I'm here, but like really all the love and admiration goes to them because yeah, they have put together some incredible art this game, and we're really proud of what
And the
game
level of
looks
detail that there is in literally everything.
Yeah.
And even the fun little Easter eggs.
Ooh, there's a lot of fun little Easter eggs. We've been able to put a lot of them in the environments, and we're really happy about that.
I feel like almost like the stage is just every game they keep getting better, keep getting more intricate, and they tell their own story. They're
Yeah.
like they're almost like a character within the game themselves. There's stuff going on in the background you got to keep your eye on. It's really
Absolutely. And with the new consoles, right, like we've been able to do much more in the backgrounds than we've been able to in the past. And we have things like the lighting scenarios and things like that really kind of help give you some visual variety to the levels.
And give it life.
And give it life.
Gives it life.
cool. Let's talk kind of start to finish how this occurs.
Yeah. So I brought some artwork along with me, so we can we're gonna look at some concepts of the living forest, and we're gonna look at some speeds first. So if you want to cue them up, the first, our first step here when we start designing a background is we start with these speeds. Now we say speeds, but these are pretty fleshed out concepts, and full credit goes to our environment concept artist in the studio here, Joe Zanko, who did a number of these. There should be 3 of these if you want to kind of,
How long does a speed take?
It really depends on the level of like completeness that we get to them. I would say these probably, between all of them about a week to get a sheet of them done.
It's funny they're called speeds, but then they're full-blown pieces of art.
They are full-blown pieces of art, and what we do with these speeds is we find areas of interest in them, and then kind of combine them into a final concept, right? So we'll find like, hey, we like the way this tree looks in this one, or we like the composition of this speed.
Pick and choose,
and we kind of combine it and Frankenstein it.
It's like an amalgamation of like many speeds into one thing that everybody agrees on.
Everyone agrees on, yeah. So we have a final concept with like a top-down kind of a view here. Here we go. So this is what the final concept for Living Forest looks like, and then we also do a top-down to just kind of help spatially kind of figure out how this thing is laid out. And this really helps our 3D environment art team. So like
This also shows some depth.
It does. It absolutely does. Yeah. And that's really important with our shoebox levels, right? Like we really want to have that depth and that parallax. So as you're kind of moving back and forth on the fight line, you have that, things kind of come in and go out of view, and it really kind of gives you that cool depth.
Is there any fun little creatures or anything inside that environment?
Ooh, there's a lot of fun little things like the whole idea behind the Living Forest, this game. If you want to pull up the pan, we can talk up. Yeah, here we go. So a lot of the fun little things with this version of the Living Forest has been that the trees are almost like these ancestral kind of guardians that they're tied to different families. So you have almost like offerings at the base of all of those trees of people that coming into the Living Forest year after year, kind of depositing these different offerings to the trees. And we have like little baby trees too that are just starting
little baby
out.
trees. Oh, little baby trees.
Little baby trees.
These trees don't look like they want to eat anybody.
They don't. No, these are really nice trees.
Did you get the five-legged deer in or no?
That's for something else.
Oh, gotcha.
And just like the sweet like God rays coming through the trees, and like it's great how like as you see it pan, how deep you can see, how far back the forest actually goes.
Exactly.
And just adding that depth to a fighting game, it makes it feel so living and so living.
It's a forest.
That's living.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just cool to see how deep it can go.
Absolutely. And even with things like JT, who does all of our lighting with the different lighting scenarios, right? Like even the different lighting scenario for Living Forest gives it a completely different vibe, right?
That's awesome.
We've seen it in a couple trailers in the past, but yeah, I think it really helps. So, huge shout out to the lighting guys, to the environment guys,
The
Corey,
art team
Keiko,
all around.
everyone.
Absolutely.
Like honestly, fantastic work.
Thank you so much. Anything else you'd like to add about like
Beating
stages,
Tyler.
beating
Oh,
me?
sorry.
What some of your favorite things about your job are? Anything
Oh
like that?
man, I think the best thing about my job is just the people I work with, right? I know I'm gonna get sick of you guys are gonna get sick of me just shouting people out, but like really, it is such a group effort. Everyone here is putting in hard work to make this thing look as good as it can, and I think it really shows, and I'm incredibly proud of the team and the product.
Oh. And just the responses we've gotten to a lot of the new stages that people saw in the trailer, I hope those definitely buoy you all and make you feel
absolutely.
happy, because they're just like
it makes us so happy to see
so many cool comments about it, because people were like, stages are beautiful, but a lot of them are bright, and where's the dark?
Oh, you brought the darkness.
Here's
you are.
some darkness.
Yeah,
Here's some darkness.
So don't worry.
Yeah.
We knew.
We got you covered. We got you covered.
So-
Don't worry.
Well, thank you so much for coming by and showing this stuff.
course.
Stages look awesome. Such a big part of the game. Such a like I said, its own character of the game, and it adds so
know.
much flavor and awesomeness to
I'm
it.
excited for people to get their hands on it and go through every little
Very
little
soon.
inch.
It's
Yes,
very soon.
It's coming. It's coming.
So we'll let you get back to doing some stage stuff, looking at some speeds. No, still not?
Probably. Yeah,
Probably.
I probably got to do that today.
See, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play you a quick trailer. You've probably already seen about our DLC, but it's still awesome. So we're gonna show it again, so we can get Stephanie in behind, and you can get out. So,
I'm gonna lay down on the back there.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Fine by me.
I'm going to
wanna
miss
hang
you.
out.
Don't leave.
I won't.
So thank you very much for coming,
Thanks for having me.
and we will be back shortly with some character breakdowns.
The battle between good and evil is eternal.
All right, awesome DLC trailer. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, but it's always cool to see. So excited.
Homelander.
Peacemaker.
Ermac for me. So we have 3, and the rest.
Yes.
Sorry about them all.
Yeah.
Ermac's your guy. He was
yes.
an MK9 main when I first met you.
Ermac was the first main I really ever. I mean, I played the arcade games, but like when I was deeply into it, first main I ever had.
True.
So very exciting. Let's welcome Stephanie.
Hello.
To the cast. Going to go over some characters today. Very excited about that. Before we do that, I want to talk about our trip to Evo.
Oh, yeah.
I think just on behalf of all of us, I'd like to thank everyone who was able to be there and play the game and give us such wonderful compliments and things you want to see different. Like that's the thing about these things. People, that's awesome.
Right.
But we got so many great comments, and it was just really cool seeing everyone and hanging out and watching you play the game and enjoy it. Comments?
Yeah, it's super fun when you see people do like the fatal blows or the fatalities for the first time, and they're like, "Oh my god," and then laughing and enjoying it. It's awesome because you work on something for like years, and I've seen Johnny Cage's fatality 8,000 times.
Yes.
But seeing someone see it for the first time, they're just like, "That is crazy." It's a great feeling.
You sometimes you're so working on the game and just getting that excitement from the new eyes.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Right.
Derek.
Well, my favorite thing about Evo was just like the fans, getting to spend time with the fans, the influencers in our booth, like hanging out with them, finally meeting some of them that we've been watching for years, right? And then also these sweet ass shoes. Big fan of these sweet ass Evo shoes.
Nice.
Love those. But really just hanging out with the fans and like seeing them go from the end of the line up to playing and then being like, I'm getting back in line because they just love the experience. And also there was some updates and changes, right? A little bit of a movement change, right?
People liked that.
And people really, really dug that. And it just goes to show, we're always listening, and everything's still a work in progress, right?
Yes.
And that should be said right now too about just the gameplay you're going to see. There might be things that change. I think, remember correctly, there's a combo I created called the Dundee with Kano, which worked for some streams, and then some balances happened. It went by. I still hear about the Dundee. Real quick, for me about Evo, the being on stage and being able to debut the trailer for everyone was really fun and interesting and cool, like a bucket list experience. Being able to show that for our entire team here and be sort of them for a moment was really cool. Want to thank Rick.
Oh, yeah.
For giving us the opportunity to show our game off and things like that. So.
And Evo was great. It was absolutely great.
Yes.
Had such a wonderful time. Stephanie, what was your favorite moment?
Oh, it's got to be the grand finals of the MK11 tournament. What a tremendous ending for not just that tournament, but kind of the competitive life of MK11 as the main stage game.
What do I hate the most?
Mirror matches.
That mirror match was incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
absolutely
incredible. My heart was pounding. I was completely invested in the moment. It could have gone either way. It ended in a crushing blow.
Right.
You can't write drama better than that.
Right.
Fantastic.
Yep. Congrats, Ninja Killer.
Yes.
Great
Yes.
job. Great job.
And everyone who competed throughout the lifetime.
The twins, the entire top 6, everyone who entered, and the entire last few years. I think MK11, definitely every game we release, the level of play gets higher and higher. Players now train better, have better online,
Right.
just smarter, more experienced, and that just continued with 11.
And my main guy, Foxy Grandpa.
Yes.
Keep being Foxy.
Let's talk about.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, there's people will call them the goats of the game. Mine is probably Foxy, just for his consistency.
Very few people played MK9 at the highest level and have continued in every game we release.
If there's
It
a
is
top 8,
very
Foxy
impressive.
will 1000% be there.
And he's hella cheeky.
Cheeky. Good one. There we go. So that was Evo. Thank you again for showing up. If you were able to be there, and if not, hope you'll be able to see everything on stream and really enjoy it because it was great for us and just much appreciated. Let's move on.
Are we
right,
doing
you wanna
this? We
see
jumping
Smoke?
in?
Yep, we're going to talk about Smoke today. So today we're going to talk about we're taking a character from a bunch of different trailers. We're doing
Right.
Smoke. Then we're going to do Ashra. And then Garrus.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so let's start with Smoke. I
Yep.
think when you think about Smoke throughout the last 30 years now, I think mobility is one of the things I think of. You look at when he was a secret character in MK2, he had super fast walk speed. He could walk up and throw you in like 2 seconds. Then you look at MK3, Human had the teleport punch, and then Robot had the teleport uppercut. And then all the way in MK9, you had the phase, the shake, smoke bomb, teleport. Like, I think he's always been a character that can get in.
Always had mobility.
Exactly.
Always had mobility and ways to close the gap and also be right on top of you. Teleport, punch!
Right. He's dangerous from full screen anywhere. You want to hit a button, he has an opportunity to blow you up for it. And that continues in MK1. So let's take a look.
Let's do.
But first, let's talk about his normal attacks. One of the new things you might notice is he has this knife, which is a karambit, which is from Indonesia, I believe. And he uses it in most of his normal attacks. You can see he has this slicey dice.
Slicey dice, yep. He's just cutting you up.
Low slice.
There goes your Achilles.
He uses it in his uppercut, jabs, and his throw.
Oh, right under the mouth. That's the worst. Yeah.
Another noteworthy thing about his normal attacks is he has a really good long distance overhead, which is his back two.
Yep, that definitely that covers some space, that's for dang sure. And that's gonna put him right where he wants to be up close, right?
Exactly. And it is complemented by a low that could be a combo starter.
So he's got instantly the low overhead mix-ups.
Exactly.
The blender.
The blender.
Yes. Yeah, I think he's going to be an awesome mix-up character. So let's go over his special moves. You can kind of see how he plays up close. So how is he going to get that 50-50 going?
Yeah.
So the first thing we'll talk about is his anti-air options. One of his brand new special moves is this anti-air knife toss. Jump.
Oh, nailed it.
And pull you in. Jump again. And if he EX it, he pulls you right up with a bunch of recovery. And then you can actually go into your mix-ups.
Right. So he has his own kind of get over here, if you will.
Exactly.
And he's patrolling the skies.
Yeah. So he also has a new take on the classic smoke bomb. He throws the smoke bomb into the air and then will drop down. This will track the opponent. So up close, he'll be real quick, and even full screen. He'll always go behind them, and it's an overhead.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So
Now.
constantly closing the distance.
Exactly. So if you read a projectile, if you think they're crouch blocking because of the low, you can go for that. And the EX version has an extra special property. Instead of dropping down and doing that attack, he'll just drop down and he'll be invisible.
Because that's what you want, is to deal with somebody with overheads and lows and invisible.
Right.
Yeah,
so
sounds like great.
if you were thinking, I don't know, that back two, I bet I could react to that.
Right.
How do you react to an overhead that you literally
Can't
cannot see?
You start spamming stuff.
Yep.
Exactly.
Low pokes, low pokes. Get.
So another special move is the classic teleport. This time it starts as a low, then goes into the teleport.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So if you EX it, you get a combo starter.
And that punch is very like throwbacky to like
Exactly.
MK3
it's like a
robot.
new take on Robot Smoke.
Love it. I love it.
He also can cancel this one.
Oh, okay. Something I will never do. Nope. I commit, okay, at all times.
You do.
And there's a fun property. If
Oh.
you EX cancel it, he turns invisible.
Okay, so you can go invisible in other ways.
I tried to find you, but you punched me first.
And lastly, he has a new take on his phase teleport move. He will phase through, go full screen no matter where you are, and go in with his attack. And this can be used not just to close the gap and check the opponent, but it can go under fireball. So, please fireball.
Let's see if you can do it. Oh, wow, first time Lanny.
There
Wow.
you go.
Wow.
And this can also be canceled.
I was just gonna ask.
So instead of, you make a hard read on a projectile, if it has a lot of recovery, you can actually stop right in front of them and get a full punish.
And go into your business.
Going
Or-
to the business.
Exactly. If they're blocking, you can go ahead, stop in front of them, go for a 50-50, jump over, throw, whatever you want.
Cool. Did you do his throw yet?
I did.
Oh, okay.
How?
Oh yeah, under the mouth. I didn't want to see it again. Just kidding.
When you're playing Smoke, what kind of what are you looking for in a cameo?
Great question. And I'm always a big fan of pointing out that you could shore up on your weaknesses. Like, you'll notice he doesn't have a traditional projectile. So
Correct.
you could give him someone like Sonya who has ring toss. Or you can double down on what you have and maybe get even bigger combos. Or maybe you can use someone who has new combo starters and mix-ups options. But what I picked here is Cameo Sub-Zero, who makes counter zoning even better because he has a really nifty, tricky move where he coats you in ice armor and you become projectile immune.
Oh.
So let's wait for it to refresh.
For sure.
Fireball me.
Fireball me.
He is literally just absorbing fireballs and can walk you down.
And he's taking no damage from that?
Correct.
What?
He could also turn invisible and have it on.
But now I want to spam it out now.
Yeah, so you pointed out earlier, one of the best things to do when someone's invisible is to start spamming projectiles.
Right.
You can hit a stray while he's trying to move around. He can literally use Sub-Zero, become projectile immune, be invisible, teleport behind you, and then start doing 50-50.
That's very sneaky.
He is sneaky.
That's very
think,
sneaky. Sneaky ninja.
And that's a great key word there, ninja, because I don't think Smoke's ever been this much of a ninja, in my opinion. I think it's pretty rad.
Oh yeah, no, I'm loving it. I think it's very cool. You know me, I'm one of those in-your-face kind of players.
You do like rushing down.
Nothing but risk.
I think I had to remind you of the block button once.
Yeah, probably.
And yeah, he definitely feels like he's going to be high risk, but really, really flashy, very, very quick.
And that's when you talk about like how you want to deal with Smoke as an opponent. Risk.
Right, yeah. I think you're going to have kind of two strategies. One would be accept that he's going to counter zone you.
Mm-hmm.
Your fireballs are not going to be super efficient. Just play the game, patient, bait him out, punish him. Or rush down the rushdown guy. And like someone like Liu Kang who might have faster normals up close, be able to poke him out, go for your own mix-ups, that kind of stuff.
Got it.
Cool.
But he is definitely going to bait mistakes, punish people that are, getting too big for their britches, and then go for his big combos and all that. And I think he's going to be really exciting to watch.
Awesome. We should probably take a look at the... you have anything more?
No, I think we should show you the Fatal Blow.
Let's do it.
So this also goes with this theme. It'll track you no matter where you on screen, and it's an overhead. So check out this.
All right. Blam.
So, any last notes about Smoke?
No, I'm just really excited to see like the really creative players mix him up with different cameos and stuff, and then go crazy with the cancels and all that. I think it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, some of my favorite characters to watch are the ones that have this sort of, like we've talked about it before, this like ballet of destruction where everything's just moving around, flipping out, all that sort of thing. So that's super exciting.
I'm excited to get to play him. Like, he looks more of like this type of characters that I would be into, just rush down, constant pressure.
Select Liu Kang.
You got it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, definitely a character I could see you getting on.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, yeah, I think Smoke's probably going to be in my rotation of characters, my repertoire, if you will. See how you handle it.
Hopefully well.
Yeah, and I think Smoke's a character that's changed throughout the last 30 years.
Oh, he was my absolute favorite in MK3, right?
He's literally been a robot, and I think this is probably the most ninja-like. His animations and all that, the use of the karambit, I think is really neat.
So we're going through this stream is sort of like we're kind of hitting a character from most of the trailers we've shown. We got Smoke from earlier, we got Garrus coming up from his solo shot, and now let's tell us a little bit about Ashra.
So, Ashra is from Mortal Kombat Deception. She was then in Armageddon, and she's been absent for 17 years. There's a whole bunch of fans who have never even seen her in a game because they may have started with X or, who knows what MK9.
Yeah.
This is really exciting, and I am super happy to see her.
This is a brand new character for a lot of our newer players. Right.
And it's been so long since we've seen her. She's kind of been redesigned and reimagined anyway. So she's got a real fresh coat of paint. So let's check her out.
Let's do it.
All right.
So Ashra is a demon who has found an artifact, the Kriss. It's a mystical sword. And when she slays demons with it, it purifies her soul. So she fights with the Kriss all the time. And you could imagine that gives her exceptionally good range.
How many bad things do you think she's done that she's constantly having to purify her soul?
She is literally a demon from the nether realm, so I think she's been a bad girl.
All right.
She's been through it.
All right. She's done a few bad things.
You can see almost all of her normal attacks use her weapon. Like, she's got a super good uppercut.
Which is going to give her good range instantly.
Even her sweep uses her sword.
Little bop there.
Is that the professional term?
Yeah,
for the
we all
bop?
know that's the bop.
I've played against Dan in Cinematics plays a lot of Astra, and the range she keeps you at is one of those sort of frustrating ranges.
Right. Let's go over her throw. Slashy slash.
The slashy slash. We got a bop. We got a slashy slash. Ooh, good old frost throw.
And now let's go over special moves because they are very neat. She has a really unique playstyle. So the first thing she has is projectile, which is not a typical fast, tiny projectile. It takes up a ton of real estate on screen. Does not go full screen, and it's not the fastest in the world, but it reaches almost to the top of the screen.
So you're not jumping it.
Exactly.
Right.
And you're not ducking it.
Exactly.
Good one,
She
Tyler.
also has crisscross, which is a sword slash, which is an excellent combo ender, and control kind of the ground and the air. And what's one of the ways you beat like long range footsie tools?
You beat?
Beat it, yeah, by jumping. So you could say crisscross makes you
Jump.
Wow. You really set these up.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I don't understand why people say this is cringe. I don't get that.
No, not at all.
It's my least favorite term on the internet, by the way.
So, did any of the attacks you were just showing have EX versions?
Yes. In fact, I'll show one right now. The sword uppercut, which when you EX it, allows her to combo.
Awesome. But the projectile and the crissity-crossity?
They just do more damage.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I think crisscross has a pop-up.
Okay, cool.
So thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, team, no problem.
And then lastly, we have her ghost dash. So this is a cool move where she sends a ghost, travels as far as she wants, and she can cancel it.
Nope.
And she can also do this quicker version that goes behind you.
But you're following it.
Exactly.
So, for the most part, she's got a bunch of range attacks,
Yes.
and she can get distance with her sword attacks. So she really kind of plays that mid to far game. And if you try jumping in at her, she has that special move that just is a rising sword attack that's just then going to allow her to extend air combos.
Exactly.
Nailed it.
But there's one really cool mechanic involved in all this that makes her just an added layer to make her a little bit more in depth.
Tell us about that layer. Let's
She can
peel that onion.
Tap into her dark side, and this changes the properties on most of her special moves.
Okay.
Her fireball becomes a ground spark. It can reach full screen.
Oh,
It's a
geez.
Short, medium, and far version.
Okay. And so that you have to choose which version, right?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Pretty quick.
So I gotta turn it back on.
All right. Got to turn on the darkness.
Her shadow charge completely changes, and now it actually teleports her to the location.
Okay.
And she can again cancel it,
Okay.
or actually go directly to where the ghost is. And she can use that to go behind you, she can cancel it, and she can still do the quick attack.
Okay.
Now, one thing you might notice is when she's doing these moves, the opponent is getting dark side attached to them. which
Yeah.
can stack
Those little
up-
swirly things around there, right?
Exactly, which can stack up to 3 times. Once she turns back to light, all of her light attacks will then do an extra hit of damage, depending on how many stacks she has.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Now, some of the ghost slashes. Can you do any of those in the air, anything like
Yes,
that? Yeah.
She can do all the ghost slashes in the air and drop down.
Oh, jeez.
She can do an attack. She can have combos with it.
What can't she do?
Pretty much.
I don't think she has a command grab.
She does not have a command
Okay.
grab.
So
Or a pure soul.
So playing as her, your goal is really you're switching back and forth and back and
Exactly.
forth to get
Yes.
as much damage as you can.
Yes, you're going to be wanting to switch it back and forth depending on the range you're at, what the opponent's tools are. And,
You can really min max your damage.
And you're locking them down
Exactly.
with distance anyway, too.
So, let's talk about cameos. I chose Frost.
Okay.
You might be saying, now how am I supposed to be switching in and out in the middle of a fight?
Right.
Liu-Kang's going to be advancing on me. He might do his flying kick,
Mm.
his fireballs, and all that. Well, let's cover a couple of Frost moves. One is the ground ice, straight from Deadly Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Super fast, low combo starter.
And it seems to cover like a majority of the screen.
Exactly. This is going to be a big time movement check when you're fighting Frost.
Mm-hmm.
You could let it rip at any time. It's going to be super dangerous. And that's going to keep the opponent on their toes.
And then boom, you've hit it. Swap.
Exactly. She also has Orby Orb,
Orby Orb.
where she sends a frozen orb out, a slow-moving orb that'll freeze the opponent if it hits them.
And you gotta respect that, that's basically it.
Exactly. A perfect time to switch your stance, get your things going.
Cool.
And then lastly, she has this stalactite move that's a super quick combo ender. Or if she holds it, she gets a secret special fourth move.
What?
Where she does these stabby stabs. And if you block, you can see this has. Can you
Block.
pick up the controller and block? This will actually push you full screen and do chip, and that can get you back in range to be going for your.
And that's a
switching
low
attack.
too that you're doing there.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And now the meter burner hold down stabby stab. Did that cost any additional meter or anything like
I
that?
believe it's still the same as regular.
Okay.
I believe. I do not have the cooldown times.
Okay.
And also something to mention, still game in progress. Things
Yeah.
are still being tweaked and
Yes.
balanced and whatnot.
Totally.
So things you see here, damage-wise and that sort of thing, may change. Obviously. So.
So-
just
Oh,
keep that in mind.
there's a very good chance.
Yes.
There's a very good chance.
Well,
they will.
I'll remember the combo I did back in
Oh, here he
11
goes.
that just didn't work later.
No.
And I
the Dundee.
still
The Dundee. Yeah.
Dundee, and I still hear about it to this day.
So let's check out our fatal blow. I think the wings are so rad.
No, yeah. Huge fan of the wings.
It's an audible gasp during the fatality.
Yeah. And that is Astra. It is super exciting to have her back. I love how we've, again, taken these almost 20-year-old characters and reimagined them.
Welcome back, Ashra. Still a demon.
Awesome. Can you when you set that up for me, sorry?
Yes.
You might want to turn the buzzing off of that one. The other one is doing the old buzz. So Ashra, another character. Oh,
Lost my mic.
we're good.
Whatever.
Super excited. I loved being in the crowd when you see a character like when Havoc popped,
Yeah.
and when Ashra popped, and you have all these people being like, and of course there are some people, because I saw some videos later of people who it's been so long, like you said,
Yeah.
where they're like, who is it? And it takes them a second, then they're like,
Oh yeah, when you
that's who
haven't
it is.
seen a character for 16 years,
Right.
It's completely acceptable for you to have to think about who it is, or if you got it wrong, it's okay.
Right. Just it was that was really cool. It's just because I think one of the we said earlier, but we kept on teasing Reptile.
Yeah.
Reptile was getting teased over
a little
and over
bit.
again.
We did a little bit.
And just knowing in my heart what it was really going to be, how long it was going to be, and I mean,
Many people didn't know who Serena was.
right.
And with her now having more of this demon form and things like that, right? Even more misleading. Okay to not know, for sure.
But had a really great time with that, and I'm very excited today too because I'm actually going to be doing a character breakdown today.
You're going to do a character breakdown. How many times are you going to mess up inputs?
I don't know.
Okay.
You have been playing Geras a lot, so I have confidence.
I have, and we Steph and I went through it yesterday, and I feel like it went okay. And I was
Okay.
I'm not doing a bunch of that. Oh yeah, and that's the cool thing. Let me just talk real quick about Geras. Is he has a lot of tricky stuff you can do, but just on a base level, you can still, if you're not an uber pro, you can still do a chunky amount of damage.
Okay.
So Geras, just a quick thing about Geras, his gameplay. He's a brawler, right? But there are times where Geras wants to keep you away, you want to stay away from them, so Geras can set up some of the traps we've been talking about that I'll be showing you in a little bit. So he can lock you down in those ways as well. I think Geras is going to be good for really a lot of players. Players who like command grabs, players who like big brawlers,
Players who like to play like Tyler.
players like but then also he has a lot of sort of maybe I guess upper level moves that some of the higher level players can leverage too.
Oh, yeah,
Which
yeah.
I've been playing Geras for a little bit now, and I'm just starting to test those.
Geras was pretty popular in MK11.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think in this game he's definitely a thinking man's grappler and
Right.
brawler.
Oh, see that
Well,
may be a problem.
Could be a problem. So let's actually go ahead and talk about him. I am going to go with I went with Goro, mainly because I love Goro, and also he does help with my game plan a lot, and we'll go
Right.
through that in a little bit.
And you like a team of bigs.
I do. So just real quick, Goro has a couple moves. He has punch in the air, right? So you can do that.
Punch,
To,
yep.
You can do that to sort of elongate combos sometimes, things like that.
Yes.
He also has stomp.
You can't have Goro without Stomp.
Now listen, stomp is different.
Oh.
Stomp takes your entire bar.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it is full.
See?
So I know people will be like, stomp. You have to commit to it. And then finally he has a thing called the omelet toss, which is I did the wrong button.
No, that's punch walk.
Punch walk again.
That's punch walk.
He has omelet toss where he will throw you up in the air.
Omelet toss.
Omelet toss.
And he will. So that can be grabbed like if you're ducking, for instance. That can be it can be used to. Oops,
omelet toss.
Don't do that. So that's what I use. Now I want to go through some of the strings, and this will all kind of make sense a little bit how he works. Probably my favorite string he has is forward 4/4, which is just hits the ground, pops you up. It's a low.
Do you make a little sandcastle there?
He
What
makes a
happened
little
there?
sand at the end, boom, knocks you up. So for this, then you can start doing your air stuff. Let's go over the air stuff real quick. He has 4 unique grabs he can do in the air based off his air combos. So he has this, where he'll give you the old pile driver.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Which you are a fan of.
I am.
And you can see that
Choke slam.
switch sides of the opponents
Yes,
on
you can
that.
choose what side to switch. And then you can do this with different inputs. Oh, I did it wrong, sorry.
And when you say with different inputs, what do you?
Different punches in the air.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Lead
gotcha.
to different things. So one is 1-2, the other is 2-1.
Gotcha.
And then he's got this one where he'll just. Oh, I did that wrong.
It's really neat to see the air combat extend to grappling.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
He'll knee you away.
Yeah.
air combat, just a huge fan. I just love.
So
I'm
fun.
so in love with it.
He also has this overhead, which is so it's not
What?
it's not safe entirely, but it's you can throw this out there quite a bit because you get a big amount of pushback and you're
Right.
back to back.
Mm-hmm.
He's got back 1-2, which is neat because this is that range where you don't want to be here, get a little closer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that can be canceled too, so you can do like things like that.
Oh, you
Nice.
brought a buddy out.
I did. Let's do the throws real quick before I forget, because I know people get mad if we forget the throws, and I understand that.
They are very cool.
Goro comes in.
And Goro kind of got a glow up too for
He
anybody
did a
that
little
didn't
bit,
notice,
yes.
right? From the earlier first views of Goro, oh, he's gotten a glow up.
Oh, I don't want to forget this too, because I know people want to see that he does indeed have body splash.
And if a character has a body splash, that's instant means Tyler's gonna play them.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is one of the cooler moves too. He's got. I think we've all seen the wall he can do.
He's got a little belly bump. Little belly
And you'll
bump.
throw him through the wall. And here's the other thing: you can kind of just throw this out like from distance. Let me get a little far away from you. You can kind of even it's not a projectile, but it can be kind of feel like one in a way.
Right. And the beginning reminds me of how people block in No Mercy for N64.
It really does.
So that's important.
There it
too.
is. There
Right.
it is. Yep. I'm gonna go over some specials now. So this is the one that changes his game.
Okay.
It's called Countdown, and he'll put a hourglass out, right? And this is what I was talking about. He wants to keep you out. Like got it. Now I have 3 loaded. Once he has 3 loaded, he can do it again. Up behind you, and now you are frozen. And the last move you take is the reaction you have, like the frozen thing from the last game.
Right.
If you meter burn it, you have 3 already. Now throw a projectile. I wasn't ready yet. Try again. So if I got to read it harder. Go ahead. So if you do that, you can. If you're hard reading things like that, you can get behind him and whatnot.
Sure.
So once you have that out, the game changes.
Right.
They are afraid of moving. Now it's blockable. It is blockable, but the game.
How are you gonna block that?
I played with people where they're starting to read it.
Okay. All right. I got you.
Here's another thing. Go ahead and do some damage to me. Okay. Now we have it set to 1% right now, but when you do that, the other thing you can do is if you meter burn the snap like that, you can redo what you've done, go back to where you were,
Rewind time,
and get your health back.
What?
Nice. And
So-
that uses the same clocks that you would charge for the
Yes.
So
behind you.
you can charge the clock, and once that clock is fully charged 3 times or
Yes.
whatever, then you have multiple moves that branch from that.
Yes.
Wow.
Now this it
There's
gets,
another layer.
It gets better.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't show you one of the different strings on purpose.
Oh, okay.
So you can do this. This string, as you see, brings out an hourglass, and guess what? That counts.
That counts.
It does.
Oh,
Let's move on.
that's cool.
Let's move on to another move.
Okay.
Sandstorm, right?
Now, is there different distances for Sandstorm, or is it track?
Yes, there are.
Different distances. Gotcha.
It also can be a meterless launcher,
Oh.
right? So you can be like this. and catch them, but I couldn't do that. Meterless launcher. Now, where they're standing in the sandstorm depends on where they like. If they're at the back of it, they'll fly backwards.
Gotcha.
In the front of it, they're front.
That's
forward.
science.
Now, if I meter burn it, you got to set. See that another clock?
Nice.
It'll time out and then explode. So you're kind of controlling space.
Right.
But that also adds to your clock.
Interesting.
So
And that's going to force them to either advance or back up. Back up is good for you. Advancing,
Right.
you can go for your mix-ups.
So super cool stuff you can do with that. I really enjoy just hitting it, and then you can, that's something for later.
Oh!
So it could change the way the game's played.
Yeah. He plays his own game.
What I just showed was world stop, just back forward 1. You can just stop time, and I can do this. Now I can go on either side too, where I can hold back and land there. If you meter burn it, it just turns into another time stop.
Oh man. He seems pretty nasty.
He is nasty.
Yeah.
He seems pretty nasty.
The effects are amazing looking too.
He definitely. He does have a command grab, which you can throw away, or you can throw toward. Oops, sorry. Like that. Now here's the fun part. Let's say you're in the corner.
Let's say you're in.
Now I would love Liu Kang to be in the corner.
Right.
So I can do that, right?
Yep, there he goes.
Or if I want to do more damage, anytime you throw someone away from the corner, you get the one.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's nasty.
So if I'm throwing so you can give up good spacing if you want to cash out that extra damage.
Damage or positioning.
Like, is this gonna end the round?
Right.
If I do that, throw them out.
Yeah, totally.
At least I would.
Yeah.
So that command grab's really great. It can also it'll combo too. Like if it's in the air, you can't combo on the ground, but if it's in the air, you can catch people.
The range on it is also very interesting.
Yeah, so you can do it from close, but also right about here. So
Yeah, that's really, really
you
good.
always and also just point blank.
Right.
So he's pretty much good up close, mid, and far.
Far, he has a little more trouble far.
Sure.
Far, he's going to be able to set up his stuff.
I was gonna say,
not
then you're
as
just-
much press advantage.
You're putting up
right.
clocks.
But
if
people
you're far.
also, you can start getting hit with projectiles during that period.
Right.
Right.
And also, you will notice the more you play against the Garrus, the snap thing, I've been blocked on it a whole bunch of times, so people know that you're trying
Sure.
to set that up.
But now, obviously, then if they have the mental stack where they are then focused on blocking it or punishing
Mm-hmm.
it or doing fireballs, that means that's your opportunity. You've established that, you conditioned them. Now he could advance forward and go for his overhead, his low, his grab.
Right.
If you're doing something that makes the opponent pause, then you've won.
And is it more dangerous sometimes to hold it for a full round?
Exactly, yes.
Right. And also, they may forget they're looking for the snap, and now they do a combo to you, and you just rewind out of it. You
Yes,
use it for that.
That's a great point.
So next thing we got, this is a, oops, there was again, sorry. He's got this burst, right? Denial here, and it's just just kind of a pushback. You can
get
combo
off me.
it, right?
Nope.
But I would say that's not the time you can do it. But the cool thing is, it is his metered. It does a
His armored move.
armored move. Yes, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So let's say I'm in the corner, and I want to wake up to it. I can. Oh, not me. There we go.
Gotcha. Get off of me.
And
Get
it's
off
really
me.
good if I get jumped on the in the. So if,
Yeah, it's just your
Right.
get off me tool.
yes,
For sure.
So he does have that. I know Garrus. It seems like he has a lot. I will say once you start playing it, it all sort of flows together very, very well.
Right.
Once you start getting the game plan down, he has this move here, which is really cool. So go full screen for me. I can do this, and now look, I am ethereal. Now hit me. If you hit me, I can take it. Oh, I can take a hit, right? So hold on, and then I will go back to where I started. You can do that with projectiles.
Oh,
right?
really?
But now I can do things like this, where I will walk you down. I know I have a hit I can take, or I can walk you down, and you're like, "What's he doing? What's he doing?" And I can still do moves.
That's so cool.
Now here's where it gets crazy.
This has been pretty crazy already.
Keep saying
I don't know what the next level of crazy
Yeah,
could be.
we've never done one of these. You're like, but wait, there's more.
There is one more thing which I've actually had QA make a video for because I am not good at doing it yet, but it's really cool. So the meter burn version will freeze time, and you're able to use your clone and yourself. You'll see. Let's take a look at that video.
Whew.
That's so cool.
Right.
It's really giving me some Kenshi vibes.
You know, that part is will probably be the last thing I put into my repertoire, and it'll
Right.
probably be something simple for myself as just an average player. But I've already started finding things that I can do with it. So that's Garrus. I think he's a ton of fun. I've really
Oh,
enjoyed.
his fatal blow.
You're right.
I was gonna say he didn't do his fatal blow, bud.
Let's do that. Oh, right. So it is from about where you start a battle is where as its distance, and then it teleports to you and grabs.
This is so painful looking.
He'll be fine.
Awesome. So that's
Garrus.
That's Garrus.
Yeah, I think, a lot of times people look at like brawlers or grapplers as being like simplistic or like, honestly kind of dumb and derpy.
Right.
And he's the opposite of that. He is a fairly complex, nuanced.
Well, he's got to protect the hourglass, so he's got to
Right.
be
He's a
fully
smart
loaded
guy.
with anything that he needs.
And like I said too, because I'm obviously like a lot of players out there, average if not a percent more.
Right.
And I've still found so much to do, and I haven't even scratched the surface of some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what players who are far better than me are able to figure out. Because right now, doing the stuff I'm doing, I'm having a blast.
Or if you just want to knock someone in the air and do a pile driver, you can just
Still
easily
fun.
do that too.
Still
Yeah.
fun.
And it happens a lot, and it's super cool. It's very easy to set up too, and it's awesome. So that would be. Oh, what do we got?
Birthday shout
Let's
outs.
do it.
I really felt you were about to wrap things up, and I was like, no.
Okay.
No.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Let me find my list. Excuse me. 1 second.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Again, why do people say we're dorks? I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't get it. All right. Any names I butcher, please fix. All right. Happy birthday to Bryce Butler, Andy Senesac, Allison Adams, Brendan Goulitas. Got it. Nick Johnson, Matt Colsio, Joe Flores, Matt Pearson, Antonio Sendejas, Mike Stallone, Rigo Cortez, Ian Nod. Dang, I knew it was coming. Jay Biondo, Dominic Cianacciolo, Tyler Thompson, Mark Tuttle, Chris Erickson, Christina Nguyen, Elliot Creepy. I'm sorry, I missed his birthday last time, and his dad made sure that I got it this time.
His dad?
Yeah, his dad.
That's cool.
My man crush, Tiago Gomez.
We missed him, yeah.
I know. And to my wonderful son, Cameron. Happy birthday, bud.
Oh,
birthday,
this is
Cam.
a wholesome birthday.
Thank you.
shout-out. I like
Thank you.
this.
Thank you.
That was really nice.
Thanks.
Before we go, we have the QA was kind enough again to put another fight together for us,
Yes.
which shows a true fight between Smoke and Lee May.
Yes, with cameo Sector and Cyrax.
Awesome. Again, we just tell them go at it. We love it if each person wins a round. That's pretty much. There's no rules.
There's no rules.
Have
no
a fight,
rules.
blocking included, make it look good. So let's take a look at that real quick.
No rule fight.
As I told your brother, I'll abide no vigilantes.
You misread our intent, Lee May.
She has cameo Frost. I misspoke, but I was right about Sector.
All good.
It's all good.
All right. Starts off with that overhead. So one cool thing about her drop kick overhead is she can actually hold it and not commit to the overhead part and just land.
Oh, really?
Air special moves out of it, stuff like that.
We got some sector homering rockets too.
Homing rocket had to be there.
It has to.
Favorite stuff.
And I love the weird pose he gets in too. Doesn't backbend.
It's such a great way to lock them down, make them you can't do a lot.
Yeah, cameo Sector has he's got exactly what you expect.
Right.
Teleport, flamethrower, immune cannon, rocket.
Some low poke and
So that Lee May Lion uppercut move is really, really fast. The EX version can actually punish low pokes on the block, and it's one of the fastest special moves in the entire game.
I love her slide pop up.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So much fun to use.
Oh, hits the fatal blow.
The lie staggers.
I do not think Smoke is going to come back from this.
No, he smoked.
The ending of this fatal blow is one of my favorites.
Even lion. That's nice. Oh, there's always round 2.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, big jump. That is the problem with
Ooh.
ice.
Especially when you're close like that.
Right.
Smoke going ham. That was a lot of hits on the smoke combo there. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh.
Oh, excellent. Tricky. There's an uppercut.
Does that sector uppercut track?
Yes, it does, and it pops up for a combo.
Nice.
Like, obviously, you let a block there instead of holding
Right.
through it. Like, I mean, because the combo would have been over, but second comes in.
Establishes the rocket again.
Oh, smoke just smoking.
Good dominant win there.
Yeah.
Final round.
Doing that.
Fight.
Cool.
Magic.
Magic.
Ooh.
Oh, lantern.
Gotta dodge real quick on.
Well, smoke is getting a lot of jumping, so you gotta use the lantern to prevent it.
She has excellent mid-range and then control the ear with the lantern. It's super fun.
Nice use of sector there to just get rid of that other camera.
Yes. Here you can see trading distance. Oh,
Oh.
there she goes. Ooh, committed to the knee. How to break her though. Remember, in this game, breaker takes 3 bars.
Right.
And you have a cameo too.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Big combo.
Setting up
That
more
was
pressure.
so
There
smart
you
to
go.
do the EX anti-air smoke bomb to set up the smoke bomb or the sector rocket.
Smoke on it. Love it.
There it is.
Love it.
My favorite in K3 Fatality.
I'm glad we were able to throw it in there.
One of my top 5 all-time favorites.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you for that to the QA team. Always putting together amazing fights, doing great stuff down there. Well, that's it for today. We showed 3 characters. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah. Good breakdown. Saw some environments with Tiago.
Very exciting.
We covered all these eras. We got a character from the old arcade era, 2D era, 3D era, and then literally someone who debuted in the last game. There's something for everybody.
And they are all a part of the new era.
That's right.
The new timeline.
So awesome! Thank you so much. I wanna make a promise for next time.
A promise.
We've been hearing this a lot, and we're not gonna do them every time. There will be a belt battle at the next stream. There will be a belt battle.
I don't believe it.
Don't know who you're gonna play.
Me?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Tune in next time. We'll have some more stuff to show you. No date yet, but we will be back as soon as we possibly can. And there will be a belt battle. You have something?
Pre-order. Be sure you
Yes.
pre-order it. Get Shang Tsung. And do you have anything about the beta coming up?
August 18th.
Ooh.
We do that. We can start playing together and against each other, and I'm excited about that. So
Yeah, Johnny Cage, Lee May, Frost. I'm really excited to see what people do with Johnny Cage. He's
for
crazy.
I'm really excited to win 5 matches and then lose again.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get on with my Lee May and Frost. Win about 20 minutes, then be like, yeah, I'm
Getting smoked.
I'm washed, right?
Well, thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us at EVO. Thank you for following us on this journey and being there for us. It's been an incredible time, and we'll see you very soon right here on the Kombat Kast.
Bye.